Hello everyone, I am not late. I am exactly perfectly on time, exactly as I should. I was not 1 minute late looking at Yamper memes, because they are very amusing and my smooth brain enjoys Yamper memes. Not at all. How you guys doing? Welcome back. It's time to shiny hunt again. Rosie! I'm violently competitive in Splatoon, and just violently competitive as a whole. I don't enjoy losing. That's why I was doing the caps. Hello, Mudkip, how are you? We are violently competitive on the channel, Rosie. We are violently competitive. And yes, I was looking at Yamper memes. I can't find the meme where it's like, Yamper, put on your mean face. Face plants and comes up with the angry eyebrows, because the angry eyebrows are on the desk. I love that. Hello there, Knuckles. How are you doing? Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But how are you doing, Revan? It's been a while. Yeah, not sure how long tonight's stream is. I am not at all sure how long tonight's stream is going to be. For how tired I am, on a scale of 1 to 10, the answer is yes. Stop trying to kill Sly. No, you always... No, always go for Sly. Always hard target Sly. That's what I was doing. I was hard targeting Sly the entire time. Yes! I was specifically going after Sly. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't hard to tell, Midnight. It was not hard to tell that I was specifically going out of my way to target him. Actually, yes, exactly. You are exactly right, Midnight. I was doing exactly that. Well, I mean, Mudkip, you always target me. Even when you're on my team, you still find ways to get me killed in Splatoon. You still find ways of doing it. It's impressive that you can do that. And it is terrifying. Yeah, Mudkip, you want to explain to Midnight the time that you got me killed while being on my team? That was great. No way. Not really. I mean, Steel Dragon has a few weaknesses. It's weak to fighting, it's weak to ground. So, like, there are ways of it getting dismantled. Hello there, Alpha. How you doing? I am wondering if the Hoenn and the Sinnoh starters are even going to be in the game. I am worried about that. Hello there, Chris. How you doing? Okay, yeah, okay, that's to be fair. Like... Yeah, Alpha. Leaks have been completely wrong for the entire... Every leak related to Scarlet and Violet has been completely wrong. There's a reason I don't trust leaks intrinsically. And the fracas that has been going on for the last 2 months involving Pokemon Home leaks kind of highlight that to a T. They are not right. Yeah, I highly doubt all leaks that have ever... I always doubt leaks, and as of late, they've been getting very wrong. Hello there, Pyroclast. How are you doing? How you doing, Pyroclast? But yeah, like, leaks have been very wrong. I mean, the leak said Megas were coming back in BDSP. Megas said they were coming back in Legends. They didn't. They said they were coming back in Scarlet Violet. They didn't happen. All of the incorrect home leaks, going back as far as like home coming out in May, not in May, home coming out in March. Leaks for the Pokemon games have been increasingly wrong. I've never trusted them, but now it's going to the point of, if a leak says something, I will actively believe the opposite of it. Because they've been so wrong so frequently lately. Hello there, Rockruff. How are you doing? Welcome in. How are you doing, James? Hope you're doing well. I kind of wish that shelter still decreased enemy accuracy. That would be insane. Remember, the reason why it decreases accuracy back in Legends is specifically because all stat changes are only like 3 turns. But if you had, you know, it increases your evasion and it increases your defense like that absurdly, that'd be broken. Poplio. We love Poplio. I love Poplio. It's so happy. Poplio is happy. We already did get the DLC trailer, James. We got the DLC trailer back when they did the Direct. Back in, like, February. Poplio is the Generation 7 water starter. Little sea lion. Opinions on Regieleki. Fast. Also opinions on Regieleki. Gets hard-walled by ground types. I mean, I don't play Smogon. So, like, anything involving Smogon, I just file away into my brain of stuff I don't ever... Since I'm no longer part of the... Since I no longer, like, am in club meetings for the Penn State Pokemon Society, I don't have anything to do with Smogon anymore. I'll be real, Midnight. I don't know the names of any of the starters for the DLC. I know the vague designs. But as for, like, things beyond that, there's no brain activity on them. Alpha, what was that? Vio's my favorite starter, low starters. Maxis, what was your black to white 2, if you remember? Oh, what was my black to white 2 team? Well, Alpha, it's a funny thing that you ask what my black to white 2 team was, because the first playthrough I did of black to white 2 was a blind playthrough for the channel, to which I highly recommend you check out that Let's Play series. Other than Metroid Samus Returns, that is the series I am most proud of. I think you'll enjoy it. Exactly, Alex. Exactly. I gotta get him in when I can. I so rarely get the opportunity to shout out my Black 2 White 2 Blind series. And I am very proud of that series. I had no idea what happens in Black 2 White 2. I did not know what any of the gym leaders were. I did not know what their teams were. I did not know what Pokemon were available at what times. It is basically me stumbling through a Pokemon game that had been out for well over a decade, trying to figure stuff out without knowing what to do. So basically what we do normally when playing a game, only just slightly less focused. If you enjoy the streams, Alpha, you'll probably enjoy the Black 2 White 2 series. You will definitely enjoy it. Something for Roxy, Trapinch, and Volcarona. Yeah, after the fact, I did learn that you can get Volcarona at like level 40 in that game. It's insane. So that can be very fun and annoying attack. Oh, Sableye is one of the most powerful things in VGC. Like, in a world where Whimsicott does not exist, I would say Sableye is like default the most powerful double support Pokemon. It's terrifying. It's like, I have used Sableye very limitedly. And from my limited experience with Sableye, that thing is terrifying. And I love it. I don't think you actually expect me to watch it all. Alex Samuels is blogging the entire team. Exactly! Exactly! See? The thing is, it works. The thing is, it works. Like, that's the thing, Midnight. I don't need everyone to watch the thing. I just need one person to watch it. I just need one. Because, like, I mean, there's a reason why I mentioned that. It is because watching the older videos helps the channel far more than, like, other stuff. Like, watching the older videos massively helps the channel. Oh, I have a copy of the game. Yeah, for first playthroughs, I adamantly am anti-ROM. I mean, I'm anti-ROM for, like, most things. There it is. Yeah. I'm very anti-ROM. I am a very firm believer in legitimate copy of games. Unless it's for, like, a randomizer or Nuzlocke, of which you can't do those in, like, a physical copy of the game, because that will completely destroy the copy of the game. And then I will use a ROM, but, like, if I'm doing an actual playthrough of the game, I will use a physical copy. Unless, and this was the case for Metroid Zero Mission, Super Metroid, and Metroid Fusion, I simply did not have the ability to record those games using a physical console, because the physical console required, I do not have. I do not have a Super Nintendo. I do not have a Game Boy Advance with a capture card. I simply do not have the necessary materials to do that. Whereas I actually did have a 3DS with a capture card in it, so I could record Metroid Samus Returns, of which I love that series. That series was fantastic. No, Alex, because that was before we figured out what was wrong with the capture card. The thing is, I could have used, like, had I known what the problem with the capture card was, which, for those who don't know, for a long time, we did not have audio in our streams with the Switch capture card. Because for some reason, whenever I would use the Switch capture card, it would delay the audio by, like, a second to a half a second. And as, like, time goes on, the delay would actually shift and it would be slightly distorted. And so I just unplugged the thing and I was like, okay, I'll get another capture card at some point in the future. And then, just for the kick in the teeth, I came back after I came back from, what was it? I think it was field camp in college. And I was like, you know what? Let me just plug the stupid thing in. Let me just tinker around with the capture card, see if it works. No audio distortion. No delay. Everything worked perfectly. We never figured out what was wrong with it. We never figured out the problem with the capture card. To this day, I still have no idea what went wrong with it. I changed no settings. I did nothing different than just plug it in, take it out, plug it back in. We have no clue what happened. It was not working for literally years. And then for some reason, it being unplugged worked. The only possible thing I can think of for why it didn't work and then it all of a sudden started working is maybe there was a software update to OBS, and that maybe that was where the problem was. Like, it wasn't a hardware issue. It was a software issue on the part of OBS where, like, it wasn't compatible with the capture card itself. But I've never thought to go back and like try an older version of the system in order to see like if that's correct, because I don't want to risk screwing the capture card up. So, but the thing is, I know people have the same model of capture card and never had any issues with it. So it's like it's there's no explanation. There is no explanation at all that we can think of that makes any degree of sense. And I just chalk it up to the computer hates me. I'm about to ask if there was a RILLABOOM raid, but no. Yeah, no, I got my I imported one of my Wookiee from Sword Shield. I've been looking to Black White for years. Found out it was yeah, I recommend getting a physical copy of Black 2 and White 2. I always recommend using a physical copy. I am a physical copy stan. Silva! Silva, it's been so long! How have you been, Silva? We miss you. We miss you. How is Silva? As her status reads, the world's nicest bully. Oh, okay, that's good. If you could choose your favorite or least hated, what is your most liked Pokemon gimmick? I would say in this kind of Dynamax is the one I dislike the least, because I like the idea of it doubles wise for setup purposes, but all of them are massively toxic. The least broken, I would say, is terastallizing. So, like, it's really a case of, like, terastallizing is the least toxic, but the one I enjoyed the most was Dynamaxing for the strategic value of it. But I understand why, like, all super gimmicks need to go. My ideal Pokemon game takes it back to black and white. Just black and white mechanics, simple, basic Pokemon. No super mechanics, no shenanigans, just strategy. I like that. What is my favorite Pokemon game? Do you mean mainline games, or does that include spin-offs? Because if it's just mainline games, it's a two-way tie. If it includes spin-offs, it's a three-way tie. Okay, just mainline, that is a two-way tie between Black and White and Scarlet Violet. And that is because of the story. I'm a big story guy. Like, again, story is what can make it or break it for a game when it comes to me. And those stories cut deep. Pokemon with this book was a split finger, no more. The thing is, it has Thunderbolt as is. It had Thunderbolt as is, so like that didn't really hurt it too much with Thunder Punch loss. But also, Ice Punch didn't really do anything for it. And Fire Punch didn't really do anything for it. So there's a Pokemon affected by this. There were a number of Pokemon that were affected by the physical special split, but really the worst that happened was it just covered coverage moves. There was only one Pokemon in the entire thing that was affected negatively with its stabs when it comes to physical special split. And that is Sceptile. Sceptile was the only Pokemon that was negatively hit by the physical special split in its main typings. But even then, like, the coverage elemental punches on Gengar really didn't do that much. The only one it ever really sort of used was Ice Punch, and a large part of that was before Levitate existed. It would use Ice Punch to beat ground types, but then it got Levitate, and Ice Punch became completely obsolete for it. And then it lost Levitate, but by then it got moves like Energy Ball, which already covered ground again, so it doesn't need it. Yeah, really the physical special split en masse. Like, for 99.999% of all things in Pokemon, the physical special split was a default benefit. Only Sceptile was negatively hit, and it's negatively hit with, like, a little asterisk at that, because there were other strong grass special attacks that were added, like Energy Ball exists now, Leaf Storm exists now, that really kind of compensate for that. That's why despite Banette losing physical Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw exists, which is of very comparable power to what Shadow Ball was. In fact, actually, it's a little bit better than high critical hit rate. But yeah, it is only, like, that one little Sceptile, but even that's not that big. Braid Star! Oh my gosh, Perish Trap. Oh, Braid Star, Perish Trap team, yes. Oh, it's so degenerate. I love it. I love Perish Trap teams. If you ever do, if you code, prepare, Oh. Alex. Let me go find something. I know it's here somewhere. Alright, where is it? There's one. There it is. Buddy, I got both of them physical copies already. I got both of them already, buddy. And I got a GameCube, and I got a GameCube compatible capture card, and I got the link cable. I got all the things. I've got all the things. Also, yes, Braidstar, I can get you a Grookey. Yeah. We love Braidstar. Like, can everyone give a massive round of applause for the legend Braidstar? A legend. Yep. I have the memory card. I was thinking about plot of X and Y. The only thing I remember about the plotline of X and Y is that Lysander is the unholy bastardization of Cyrus, Team Magma, Team Aqua, and vaguely Giovanni. And there's a Mega Lucario Simp in the game. The Tower of Simpery exists. And, like, that's it. Also, something about a guy who doesn't wear a jacket but lives in, like, the Snow City. Something vaguely about that. Hey, Regieleki! Oh, yeah, right, you fight a giant tree. You fight a tree. Yeah, Wolfric is, like, the only gym leader in the entirety of that game I, like, actually like. I mean, aside from Viola, but we all know Viola's sister's better. We all know Alexia's better. I've never played X and Y since I chose it. See, Alpha, you made the right choice. You made the right choice of picking Ultra Alola. You made the correct choice. You made the correct choice. I'm sorry! I liked her design in the anime, Alex! There are very few things I will say that are positive on X and Y, but it did good things with the anime. I mean, aside from pulling the wool over, like, oh, we're going to explain Megas, except not really. Oh, we're going to explain Megas, except not really. And they reuse that plot line, like, 17 times. And it pissed me off when it's like, why would you use the same plotline for multi-episode parts and then just end it the same way? It is the most infuriating thing in the world when you just recycle the same damn plotline with literally the same end results. I would say... The anime for X and Y, I would say, is either 10 out of 10 or negative 10 out of 10. It's either very, very good or very, very not good. That's what it is for me anyway. Like, there's zero in between. Oh, nice, Vaughn. That's nice, Ryan. Very nice. To be fair, what modern Family Guy does... I'll be real, I stopped watching Family Guy after, like... I don't even remember when I stopped watching Family Guy. It was somewhere, like, in the mid-teens, I think. And this was like, a decade ago, I think. Maybe a little less than that. I was, like, midway through high school, I think. So yeah, a little under a decade ago, probably. The gym leaders actually be as strong as Liz. I mean, well, here's the thing, Jay. If you want a game of actually difficult gym leaders, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is your game. There's a very good reason why Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is the most difficult Pokemon game. We have an entire breakdown series discussing this. I highly encourage you checking out the difficulty analysis series. Yes, that was another shameless plug, Alex. I know the black and white anime. Like, I liked the black and white anime. The only thing about the black and white anime that I disliked is actually not even the anime's fault. So, if you watch the Pokemon Black and White anime, you'll notice they're, like, setting up this big, like, spy versus spy stealth war between Team Plasma and Team Rocket. And the whole idea for that was there was going to be, like, this big super climactic episode, like, episode arc, where, like, Giovanni comes to Unova, and it's, like, this epic battle between, like, Team Plasma and Team Rocket. And that didn't happen, as you know, because there was supposed to be one part of the episode where, Castelia City, I think is what it's called. An earthquake happens in Castelia City. And right when that episode was going to air, like the day before, was the earthquake that caused the Fukushima nuclear disaster. And as we know about Japan and earthquakes, they don't have a good history. There's a very good reason why the moves Earthquake, Magnitude, Fissure, and Earthquake itself have not been used in the anime since the Orange Islands. That is over 2 decades. Those moves have not been in the anime. So, they had to completely scrap that entire arc for, like, what was gonna happen. They had to scrap that entire thing and then just haphazardly stitch things together to wrap things up. That's why Team Plasma does not exist. That's why there was, like, no Team Plasma in Unova until the last, like, 20 episodes. It's because they had a plan and they just couldn't do it. And it's just like, it could have been this epic thing, but it was not meant to be. And that makes me so sad, because like, it could have been great. It could have been, like, super cool. Because that my one issue with Unova's anime is that Team Plasma just doesn't exist. There is no Team Plasma at all. And, like, yeah, that's the reason why they had a plan and they just couldn't do it. They had to rewrite everything. Yeah, it didn't happen. Like, it didn't happen. They basically set it up. And then I mean, I love Unova, but the Unova anime is not a strong contender for the anime, I would say. Like, Clay is hilarious. If you're gonna watch the anime, like, watch up until Clay, and then when Clay leaves, stop watching, because, like, it's worth it to watch Clay. Clay's great. Like, Ash is trying to battle Clay so many times for, like, so many episodes, and time again, Clay just does not have time for Ash's bullshit. Like, no, I'm too busy. Hack off. And it's like, you're telling me you don't know about revival herbs? It's like, just the way Clay talks is so great. It's like, it is a verbal slap across the face. It's every single thing that Clay says. It is a scathing remark. And it is awesome. Clay is great. It's going pretty well, Christopher. We haven't gotten another shiny yet, but we still have 2 shinies already in the bank. We'll need 1 more. I'm pretty sure they did, Jay. I'm fairly certain he does have a bit of a southern accent. Remember, like, he is, like, Clay is, like, the most Texan Pokemon character ever created. He's literally a cowboy. He is literally an oil tycoon cowboy. You literally do not get any more Texas than that. It's one of the reasons he's, like, it's great. I mean, slight revelation into the backstory of Maxus. The first thing I actually went to college for was petroleum engineering. So, like, I actually kind of did. It was like, I'm gonna be like Clay. It's like, nah, I eventually changed straight with geoscience after that. After I encountered math 252, ordinary and partial differential equations, that broke me. And I was like, okay, screw this. I'm just going to geoscience. I'm just going to study rocks. Screw petroleum engineering. The Clay design is Japanese and instructed. Yeah, I know, but, like, he's got the cowboy pants. He's got the cowboy 10-gallon hat. He built a whole, like, empire. He built, like, his entire fortune on, like, mining. He has a southern accent. He's Texas. He's Texan. Like, Clay is Mr. Texan. I love it. Hello, Zach. How you doing? Forgive me if I have a question, but does anyone recall that DDK Shrine requires you to put a flamethrower on a fan to light 8 torches in a circle? Just Jared, that is an amazing out-of-context quote, and that deserves to be framed in a picture frame and displayed. Funny answer was crazy. I had to leech seed. I am not, Braidstar, I am not sad Rillaboom lost Grassy Glide. I am sick of dealing that. I need that fan to build a... Wait. What is your anti-Kevin contraption, Jared? What is your anti-Kevin monstrosity robot you are creating? Because I must know what this is. I must know what your plan to destroy Kevin's involves. Yeah. Gatling turret laser. Oh, I like this already. Jared, you're sending me a video of this when it works or when it doesn't because I want to see this. Like, I mean, I still need to build my Tears of the Kingdom Hylian tank. So, like, that's, like, I'm gonna build a tank in Tears of the Kingdom. I am going to build that thing. I am still figuring out a way to build a tank in that game. But trying to recreate it. Do you mean you need a dispenser? You mean you need a dispenser capsule fan? Because if you need a dispenser capsule fan, I'm fairly certain the Death Star orb that has a shrine inside of it has a capsule dispenser that has fans in it. I will, Alpha. I will remember. Like, there is one, there is, like, there are a few people, like, I will always remember, like, and the big one is, like, I will always remember, and she was actually just here a little bit earlier, Silva Sentry. Silva, and I can say this with the utmost confidence, and that is Silva Sentry is the longest running fan on the channel. Silva has been here since the bygone days of Fossil Fighters. Silva is a trooper who joined in, like, our first stream we did almost 2 years ago. Silva's a trooper. She's a legend. Oh, Mudkip. The psychological scars you've inflicted on here will never fade. You will never be forgotten. And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah, the Bagon Shiny Hunt was... I think the Bagon Shiny Hunt was almost exactly a year ago. Fairly certain it was, like, almost a year ago. I remember that because we had the Zapdos and the Bagon hunts running almost simultaneously. Actually, they were simultaneously. And we got Zapdos quick. And I remember that because Zapdos was our 500 subscriber special. And I got about 500 subs after I came back from graduation. It's been almost 1 year and I haven't found shiny Ho-Oh. Oh, Alpha. We have Ho-Oh. Alpha, we found Ho-Oh. We found Ho-Oh like 3 weeks ago. If not more. There was a ping in the server about it. We did the Ho-Oh DAs off screen. Yeah, we got the Ho-Oh DAs, we did those off screen because it just wasn't fun. Yeah. Ho-Oh was over a year-long hunt. For those who don't know, we started our Dynamax Adventure Shiny Ho-Oh hunt in November of 2021. We literally started, like, November 1st of 2021. And I got it in May. Last May. Yeah. It was... That is my longest shiny hunt I have ever had. You'll have to find out, Alpha, when the shiny reaction goes up. But yeah, that was traumatic. Hello, Ash. One of the mods do exclamation point Ash. How is Ash? Forehead. Forehead. I am indeed Forehead. I am Forehead. I am Forehead, hear me roar. So Jared, when you make your diabolical contraption of doom to destroy Kevin's, you have to show me what happens before I build my tank to also hunt down Kevin's. It's like, I look forward to building the Hylian tank. And then just like, I'm not sure how many of you know Sabaton. I'm a big fan of Sabaton, by the way. Death in the Shape of Panzer Battalion. And it's just all I have in my head whenever I'm planning the creation of the first Hylian tank is just endless hours of Sabaton just cycling through my head as I am just planning this thing out to create the ultimate boss-destroying armored thing of doom. I want to play Pokemon game using the top 6 favorite Pokemon on Max. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one. Metagross, Togekiss, Melty-Face the Heatran, Volcarona, Excadrill, and Tyranitar. In no particular order for most of those, like Metagross and Togekiss are number 1 and 2. But the others, like, it's a very nebulously floating Believe it or not, Metagross was not always my favorite Pokemon. It wasn't always my favorite. I am a little ashamed to admit that for a period of time, I would say like a year and a half to 2 years, that top spot was occupied by Lucario. And prior to that, it was occupied by Cradilly, the funny plant. Volcarona, Heatran, Excadrill. Yeah, it is Metagross, Togekiss, Volcarona, Heatran, Tyranitar, and Excadrill. Oh, midnight. That list fluctuates on a daily basis. You have no idea how much that list of my favorites will fluctuate on a daily basis. Because, like, there's some days where I say, oh yeah, my, like, third favorite is Salamence. My third favorite is Dialga. Like, it fluctuates so heavily. It's one of the reasons why I have been so hesitant to make, like, top 10 videos of my favorite Pokemon for every region. Because, like, those lists fluctuate. Some of them are pretty static. Like, Kanto is static. That one's not changing. Johto is static. That's not changing. Hoenn is static. That's not changing. Sinnoh fluctuates a little bit. Unova fluctuates a little bit. Kalos is static. Alola, pretty static. Galar, some fluctuations. And Paldea, heavy fluctuations day to day. Paldea heavily fluctuates. His list is just overflowing. Unlimited list. I love Togekiss. The thing is, Togekiss is my second favorite Pokemon, but Togekiss is my favorite Pokemon to use competitively. I love it. Like, for the fact that Metagross is my favorite Pokemon, I rarely ever have used Metagross in a competitive scene. It just doesn't really mesh with my way that I normally like playing, and like the way that I enjoy playing, whereas Togekiss does. And a large part of that is, there is nothing quite like 60% chance to end your turn before you even get to go. And that's excluding the 25% paralysis inflicted by Thunder Wave. So I have a 75% chance of shutting you down every single turn with Togekiss. You don't beat that kind of shenanigans. That shit's just fun. Hello there, 501st. Go on the mods, go grab 501st's link, please. Oh, nothing much. We did some Tears of the Kingdom, shiny hunting. Well, no, Goldengo can still get flinched. Goldengo can still get air slash flinched. It just can't get paralyzed. We did some Tears of the Kingdom streaming a little bit earlier today. This is our second stream of the day, where we were getting the Fierce Deity armor. For, we got the Fierce Deity Link armor from Majora's Mask. Gives us attack up and get the Barbarian armor soon. Yes. However, all that has to matter is if Togekiss outspeeds it. Like that's the thing, Midnight. If Togekiss outspeeds you, there's a very solid chance you don't get to hit. Always happy to, Vibers. Hello there, Black Red Pill. Hello there, Black Red Pill. Found out I was sitting on a shiny petal egg for about a month today, trying to make... Wow. Yeah, that's one worry I have with all my egg hatches. Is I still have some unhatched eggs. Oh, things are going great. We got the Fierce Deity armor in Tears of the Kingdom. Tomorrow, we are going to be getting the rest of the Barbarian armor. I am slowly working on upgrading Tears of the Kingdom Link's canonical pants, tunic, and hat fully. The funny thing is, Omar, Togekiss was actually in the running for the channel mascot. Before we finalized the channel, there were like a dozen Pokemon that I had like the idea of for being the mascot. You know, Togekiss, Gigalith, Salamence, Tyranitar, Volcarona, Metagross, obviously, Quaidilly, and there was one thing that actually made narrowing that list down very, 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 very easy. And it was, I was breeding a competitive Metagross just for a competitive thing, because I was fishing for the right nature. No Masuda Ditto, no Shiny Charm in my Ultra Moon copy. First egg, not the right nature. Second egg. Second egg. Shiny. Perfect nature. Shiny Beldum. I took that as a sign. And that is why the channel exists. That is why my mascot is Steven the Shiny Metagross. And I liked Metagross before then, but it just made it special. Yeah. Second egg. And I wasn't even hunting for it. I wasn't even looking for it. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, there's stories with that. It was great. Accidentally, fun. Yeah, it's always satisfying when that happens. Always satisfying when that happens. The good thing is that I only need one more Shiny Beldum for my full Metang, Metagross, Beldum Shiny family for the Shiny Living deck to be completed. And you may be wondering, Maxis, we never saw you find a Shiny Metang. That was one of the off-screen hunts for Shiny Ho-Oh. In the interim of the Shiny Ho-Oh Dynamax Adventure Hunt, we acquired a Shiny Metang. Which means we just need the Beldum. Yep. Like the best part was I was on voice call with Sly and Timmy at the time because like to show how long ago I got that Beldum, not that Beldum, that Metang. This was when Sly, Timmy, and I and Jakey were still planning the Soul Link. And I was on a voice call with them while I was just brainlessly. It might have been like, yeah, we were just like planning the voice call, and I was just doing Dynamax Adventure while we were talking, and all of a sudden you just hear me go, because it's like I'm just freaking out, because like I'm in a voice call with them, and I don't want to like exclaim, gasp, and blow their eardrums out. At the same time, I'm kind of having a hard time containing the excitement. And it was great. That was a great clip. With Defiant. I mean, Empoleon always had Defiant from Gen 5. Gen 5 onward, Empoleon always had Defiant. Is Roost new on it? Is Roost a new addition to its moveset? Because, like, I'll be real. Empoleon was my first starter I ever picked. The first Pokemon game I ever played, like, in full was actually Diamond, and my first starter was Empoleon. But I remember very little about Empoleon, I'll be real, because it is not a Pokemon that I found particularly fun to use on my team. It just doesn't run good moves. It doesn't run good moves. I mean, it's hard to compete when my favorite starter of all time is a Sinnoh starter, and its name is Infernape. It's very hard to compete with that. I just love Infernape. It's so good. It's great. How? How do you compete with Infernape? How do you compete with the Fire Monkey? You don't. You don't compete with Punchy Fire Monkey. It's literally Sun Wukong. It is literally the Demon King. It is literally the Demon Monkey King. The Demon Monkey King. I love it. Okay, Roost is new on it. Okay. Interesting. That is... It's an interesting move for it to give it a little bit of sustain. Midnight, are you gonna tell me you're a Torterra person? You're gonna tell me you're a Torterra person, aren't you, Midnight? You're gonna tell me you're a Torterra person. Fair enough. That is a fair point. Yeah, Inferno is one that I know is like very hit or miss for people. Interesting. I like... I mean, the main reason I love Infernape is a lot of Pokemon that I like, I bond with them through either a story playthrough, through use in competitive, or through use in draft leagues. And Infernape's one that just I did a playthrough with Infernape. And that thing just like beyond wowed me. Like, I've said before that Alola is the only region where I love and can enjoy using every single starter from Alola. And it's the only region that has that. Sinnoh is the only other region where I like all three starters. The only thing that holds it back is with Sinnoh is I do not find using Empoleon fun because its moveset by level up is garbage. Like, you don't learn a decent power water move until like the mid-30s, when both Grotle and Monferno learned a move of that power when they evolve in the teens. And you don't even learn Flash Cannon by level up. It's just like, Empoleon hurts me with how bad its moveset is. Like, I'm glad that TMs are like, boosted usage for TMs in BDSP to make it a bit more viable, but it still like really hurts needing those TMs. Alright, so you built your Kevin Destroyer contraption, Jerry? That is amazing, Jared. That is amazing. I need to build the anti-Kevin repellent machine. See, Ash, you know why you love Infernape? Infernape is all forehead. That flame is all forehead. That's why we both like it. It is all forehead. I mean, that's fair. Characteristic as well as design. Like that is an amazing, just like the laser fan of death. Kevin Destroyer Supreme laser fan. Oh, that is. Where did you get the laser emitters? Where did you get the necessary laser emitters, Jared, so I know what slot machine to go dump my Zonai charges in? I know. Where did you get the beam emitters? Where did you get them? What slot machine? Or did you just go fight flux constructs over and over and over and over, and over again? I'm still salty. The flux construct level 3s in the Lome Labyrinths do not respawn. I am still salty about that. Because I was like, oh, I can go grind level 3 flux constructs and get good stuff. Nope. Denied. Donato. Lemonato. Tomato. I'm super sad. Let me double check where I can get them. I used 4 from my inventory and auto build. So what you're saying is, Jared, you're weak. You're weak. I mean, I still prefer to fight Kevin's one-on-one with a bow and just use my Demon King bow to snipe Kevin's eyeball out. But having a laser fan would be quite fun. I mean, again, I'm going to build the tank. I'm going to build a tank to go fight Kevin's with. I'm going to build a Hylian tank. I'm going to build the tank. Like, I have ideas for, like, building it. I have some vague ideas. Valor Island capsule machine. Alrighty. I am gonna go dump Zonai charges into the capsule machines. Capsule machines. Capsule machines. I'm gonna build the greatest tank Hyrule has ever seen and use that to, like, just drive around. Like, I mean, Humberto is building a Jeep. Humberto is literally building the Depths Explorer Jeep, which mega respecto beans to that man for creating, like, the Jeep. Hello, David Doss. How are you doing? I mean, as someone who lives in a house, as someone who, like, one of our cars is a Jeep, driving in that thing is fun. It's just like we actually have a sticker on the Jeep that says, "Don't follow me, you won't make it." I love it. It's like, yes, I love it. I adore that they have literally exactly. What was the certain that happened, David Das? But yeah, it's like I love that. I love the freaking, like, I love, like, this is the best part about Jeeps. You can never have a Jeep in a conventional color, like, you know, conventional car colors, you know, like the whites, the metallic silver, the gray, black. Those don't really work on a Jeep. If you're going to have a Jeep, you need it to have some color that would not work on a regular car, but it works on a Jeep. Like, the Jeep that we have. I like to call it Mountain Dew green because it looks like the green on the like the bright green on the Mountain Dew logo, and also, like, my mom loves Mountain Dew. So, like, I call it Mountain Dew green. Like, the bright, like, you see this green, like, the green on, like, Grookey on the model, like, the green of, like, the grass thing? Imagine a Jeep in that color. That's about what it looks like. It works. But if you had, like, a black Jeep or a, like, metallic silver Jeep, it just wouldn't work. You need Jeeps to be this loud, garish color, because that's when they were, like, yellow works on a Jeep. Purple, oh wait, I mean, metallic purple, chef's kiss, favorite color. When I get a car, I am going to get a Mustang that is metallic purple, or, as the specific color is known, plum crazy. Yes, that is the actual name of a color, plum crazy. If you want to laugh, look up brand name colors of cars. There's so many great ones. My other favorite is Top Banana, which is a term that I have decided to adopt myself into whenever, like, the big head honcho, I just refer to them as the Top Banana. I love it. If you had a regular color Jeep, like, exactly, Midnight, exactly. If you give a Jeep a regular color, it's not a Jeep at that point. So I'm guessing Miraidon was a Pokemon then. The funny thing is, I do really like Miraidon. Yes, exactly, Alex. You are 100%. I mean, my favorite color is purple. So they're gonna look exactly like you, Rokout. Like, yes. Pre-haircut meta. Before I lost all of my power. All of my power is contained in my hair. And my hair has been cut off. I lost my power. You like Johto gym leaders or just Kanto gym leaders? Yeah. You are exactly correct, Jay. And the reasoning for that is because Johto was the only Pokemon region, and really Generation 2 as a whole, was the only generation designed deliberately as a sequel to Gen 1. Every generation, I say every generation with the biggest glowing air quotes around Gen 6, is designed to be its own identity. to basically be, like, independent of the others. There will be Easter eggs and references, but essentially they are designed in such a way as they don't depend on prior Pokemon being a major fixture. That was not the case for Generation 2, where it was much more designed with the Kanto Pokemon being a more major focus, because it was deliberately designed as a sequel. You know, when you design something as a sequel, well, you want the original elements to be a major component. And that's actually the reason for that observation, because it's the design scheme of Johto is vastly different. I am indeed forehead. And yes, that is a Samson reference. That is it. I'm so happy, Midnight, that you guys picked up on that. Well, the other reason for that, Jay, is every Johto Pokemon, they're reused beta designs from Kanto. Yeah. Everything in Johto, or at least like 95% of things from Johto, were stuff that was designed for Red, Blue, Green, but were scrapped. So they just repurposed them. Yeah. That's the big origin story of, like, Johto as a whole, is they're just reused scrapped designs. That's the reason why Ho-Oh is in the Gen 1 anime first episode. Ho-Oh was designed back in Gen 1, and they just didn't use it. There's only one Pokemon that I am aware of that was not a reused Gen 1 design, and that is Lugia. And the reason for that is Lugia was designed specifically for Pokemon the movie 2000, The Power of One. And the person who designed it specifically said they were surprised Lugia was not only in the game, it was a legendary. Like, they made it just for the movie. They expected nothing more of it. Construct heads do not work for aiming death lasers. What? Johto itself is pretty... It's a very pretty region, and there's a few Pokemon I love, but... Yeah! You're again, that's a very intentional reason for that, Jay. Johto was designed basically as Kanto DLC Electric Boogaloo. It was very much designed to be built off of Kanto. That's the reason why Johto's design scheme and the design scheme of every generation afterwards is so vastly different, because it was a very different mentality. That's also the reason, and not to be Mr. Super Mega Ultra Buzzkill, it's very likely we're never going to see another game where there's two regions in it. The reason why Johto has two regions is because Johto was intended to be the last Pokemon game. They did not expect Pokemon to be the massive media juggernaut it turned out into being, and to be as successful as it was. So they used the rest of their ideas they had from Gen 1 on Gen 2, made Kanto was like, yeah, we're gonna go back to Kanto and be done with it. And then the game exploded. And then the game became massive. And then they made Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. And then things continued on for the next 2 decades. Yeah. The design reasoning and the design philosophy for why 2 regions are in the Johto games is really a design philosophy that the games do not have anymore. The other reason why is that production costs of building a region in 8-bit coding, and then I think 64-bit is what the Johto remakes are. Those production costs are so much smaller than building a region in the Switch and then building another region in the Switch for a single game. The production costs that are absolutely colossal. And it's very, very likely we are never going to get another game like that. The only possible for that is, I believe, if they would remake Gold, Silver, Crystal again, then they would. But that is, like, again, the exception. It's because it's based on a precedent. Basically, David, the way that I hunt down Gleeoks, you get yourself a Savage Lionel Bow. Preferably one with either durability up or 5-shot. You hunt yourself down a whole bunch of keys. You get their eyeballs. You get a whole bunch of arrows. And then you just shoot the arrows with Keith's eyeballs attached to them. They will hit scan, aimbot, bonk! The Gleeoks right in the eye. Headshot them. Go up, wombo combo them with your Barbarian armor suit. Or like any damage up gear. Like if you have the Barbarian armor, Fierce Deity armor, or the Diamond Circlet, which I highly recommend getting, you get damage up. It's really, really good. I recommend getting the Barbarian armor because it's just really, really good. Yeah, we will destroy the three-headed Kevin. Exactly. We will destroy all of these. For those who don't know, we play Tears of the Kingdom on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because we're doing Tears of the Kingdom tomorrow as well. Every day we do Tears of the Kingdom. And we're going to be hunting down more Gleeoks tomorrow. We refer to all Gleeoks as Kevins because one of my favorite memes is Kevin Ghidorah from Godzilla King of the Monsters, where the silly head of King Ghidorah is referred to as Kevin. By the director, that is canonical. Canonically, King Ghidorah has a head whose nickname is Kevin. That's an actual thing. And so, because the first Gleeok we encountered was the Thunder Gleeok, I was like, literally, these things are just King Ghidorah. They're literally just King Ghidorah. They're all Kevins. And so, all Gleeoks are Kevin. And we must destroy all Kevins. No people named Kevin were harmed in the making of this video. And it's basically just a channel in joke at this point. But yeah, I think that this is going to be the last egg for the day. Because on a scale of 1 to 10, how tired I am is yes. Use Ice Key's eyeballs for fire Gleeok device. Wait, really? The Gleeoks take bonus elemental damage? Are you sure about that, Jared? Because I was using my Igneo Hammer on the Frost Gleeok and it didn't do more damage. Or I didn't think it did more damage. Are you sure it does that, Jared? I don't doubt you. But I don't doubt that you believe that. But I have semi-tried experimentally that, and I have not really come up with much results. But if you have something that shows that, I would be very much interested so I can modify my Kevin hunting strategies. Yeah, also, that's the reason why I'm fairly certain, well, one of the two reasons why I'm fairly certain the Thunder Gleeoks are the most expensive of the Gleeok crowns. Because all of the good weapons for fighting Gleeoks are metal. What do Thunder Gleeoks do? They cause a thunderstorm, where lightning will strike you at random unless you're using wood. And wood weapons are not as good. Unless you're using the Demon King bow. Unless you're going full tilt Giga Chad mode with the giant Demon King longbow and just snoink. I'm just getting the game, but anyway. Yeah, good tips. Temperature resistant clothing. Temperature resistant elixirs. Lots of full heals. Demon King bow or Lionel bows. Keith's eyeballs. Lots of arrows. And make sure you have a lot of weapons to go punchy punch things. Oh yeah, I mean, remember Midnight. Remember Midnight. We've already gotten 2 shiny Grookey in less than 120 eggs. Honestly, we are overdue. Like, okay, we're not overdue for a little bit of bad luck, but like we are solidly in the good luck zone. I went to the good luck zone. Good luck zone. Gonna take you right into the shiny zone. Yes. I'm sorry, we're going to be watching Top Gun Maverick this weekend, and I like Danger Zone. It is a good song. I don't care that my singing voice is like nails on a blackboard. Yeah. Oh yeah, also Midnight. One of them is female. I can get my female shiny starters. I can get my shiny female starters.
So make sure you tell Sly it sucks to suck.
And also one of the Chespin was too. Oh yeah, and so was our first one. The first Fuecoco we got was also female shiny. We love Sly Guy. We love the guy. We rip on him because we love him. I mean, you're still saying better than half of singers in American Idol. Oh! That is a top tier burn right there, Alex. I will take that as the greatest of compliments. Also, Alex, it is topical you mentioned Simon. Because I just sent this gift to Midnight literally like 10 minutes before the stream started. And I'm sending it to you because I approve of that. And we like Laser Eyes Simon. Laser Eyes Simon, it just hits different. Laser Eyes Simon. I love that gif. It is Laser Eyes Simon is such a good gif. Who do we raid? Who do we raid? You know what? Let's go raid Gunthan. Let's go raid Gunthan Knight. Gunthan Knight is coincidentally also hunting shiny Rillaboom. He is also hunting shiny Rillaboom. So let's go send some love over to Gunthan Knight. Oh, David. We destroy a great many Lynels. On a daily basis, I purge Hyrule and the depths of no less than 8 Lynels. I gotta get those Saberhorns. I gotta get those Lynel Saberhorns. They're the most powerful weapons augments in the game. I need them. See you guys next time.